The serene atmosphere of Fort Worth, Texas, was shattered in the spring of 2016 by the brutal murder of Elizabeth Arellano, a devoted mother of 4 and a respected paramedic. Her untimely death sent shockwaves through the community, leaving investigators grappling with the enigmatic circumstances surrounding her demise. Initial speculations ran the gamut from suicide to random acts of violence, but as details emerged, a more sinister narrative unfolded. Born into a close-knit family alongside her sisters Alessandra and Giovanna, Elizabeth's upbringing under the care of her stepfather Fidel fostered resilience and determination. Despite the challenges of motherhood and a tumultuous marriage to Rudolph Arellano, Elizabeth pursued her dreams relentlessly, balancing her career aspirations with her unwavering commitment to her children and faith. Yet, beneath the facade of marital stability, Elizabeth faced mounting tension and ultimately made the courageous decision to leave, seeking refuge with her parents. As the divorce proceedings progressed, Elizabeth found solace in the company of friends, immersing herself in moments of respite, like a night out with colleagues. However, her return home that fateful night marked the beginning of a tragic saga, with her disappearance sparking a frantic search and a cascade of revelations. The community recoiled in horror as the true extent of Elizabeth's ordeal came to light, culminating in the apprehension of her assailant. Despite the semblance of closure brought by the perpetrator's conviction, the discordance between the crime and its consequences left a lingering sense of injustice, serving as a haunting reminder of Elizabeth's stolen future and the enduring scars left on those she left behind. Despite the absence of blood or signs of struggle in Elizabeth's car, the search for answers was far from straightforward. Investigators meticulously reconstructed the events leading up to her disappearance, starting with interviews of friends and colleagues who had last seen her. Phone records revealed unanswered calls from her ex-husband, Rudolph Arellano, on the fateful night. Rudolph claimed innocence, stating he was at a local bar before returning home alone, but his alibi lacked confirmation. Suspicion lingered as he showed little emotion regarding Elizabeth's vanishing, despite their shared history and children. Witness testimonies painted a chilling picture. A fisherman reported seeing a figure thrown from a bridge, later identified as Elizabeth with concrete tied to her neck. The brutality of her demise defied motive, ruling out robbery due to the absence of stolen possessions. The funeral only deepened suspicions as Rudolph's dramatic display of grief felt disingenuous to many. As the investigation pressed on, the unsettling question remained: who could commit such a heinous act against a devoted mother, and why? Rudolph's outward displays of grief and support for a charitable foundation to honor his late wife initially obscured the dark truth lurking beneath the surface. However, as the investigation delved deeper, damning evidence began to emerge, casting Rudolph in a sinister light. CCTV footage and eyewitness testimonies placed his car near the scene of the crime, tracing a chilling path from Elizabeth's parents' house to the bridge where she met her tragic end. Phone records further implicated Rudolph, revealing a pattern of surveillance and attempts to contact Elizabeth on the night of her disappearance. With mounting evidence against him, Rudolph was arrested as the prime suspect, his own son providing crucial testimony linking him to the heinous crime. Despite his initial denials, the weight of the evidence forced Rudolph to confess, sparing himself the death penalty, but offering little solace to Elizabeth's grieving family. In a courtroom filled with anguish and disbelief, Rudolph's callous demeanor and lack of remorse only added to the horror of his actions. While the sentence of life in prison without parole brought some measure of justice, the scars left on Elizabeth's loved ones would never fully heal. Now tasked with raising her orphan children, her family struggles to find closure and forgiveness in the wake of such incomprehensible tragedy.